Aloha! Welcome to another video from Be the Ant Preparedness. If you're digging the videos, if you like them, go ahead and please share and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. Getting some views on our scenario video yesterday, getting a few comments. That's awesome. That's what I was wanting to see, get some different guys' perspective there. Alright, anyway, for today, money during shtf, without rule of law, teotwawki, is that how you say that? Yeah. All those fun things, right? Money during that. Anyway, it is my belief that cash will still have some value immediately after an event. And when I say immediately, I mean for the first maybe couple days, okay? And it's all going to depend on what the event is. If you're talking about an economic collapse, pinpointing when the event started would be tough. So go with me here, okay? If you're talking about an economic collapse, yeah, everybody knows our fiat currency is going to be worth zero, right? But if you're talking about something, grid goes down for whatever reason, yeah, for a day or two, cash will still be accepted. And that's why I recommend putting cash in your get home bag, your bug out bag, your inch bag, whatever. And if you have cash in those bags, keep that in mind. You don't really want to hold on to that cash for a week because people might not be accepting it after a week. And if people aren't accepting it, I guess you can throw it on the fire, but yeah, whatever. So as far as your cash, for the first few days after an event that's pretty instantaneous, you're going to be able to use that and use that. Yeah, I don't care. I think in the get home bag I talked about the $50 Snickers. Fine, if you got a couple $100 and you need a Snickers, fine, spend $50 because in 2 days it's going to be worthless anyway, right? Now, I don't even know if in that situation I could spend $50 on a Snickers, even though I like Snickers, okay? But same principle applies to other things. If you're needing fuel for the vehicle, which your vehicles should always have enough fuel in them to get you to your location anyway, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you got a quarter of gas in the tank, you know what I'm talking about. And you're needing half a tank to get to your bug out location. And all of a sudden the grid goes down, which your vehicle still works, but there's no way to get the fuel from the gas stations. You should also have some fuel on hand at home, right? In your shed, in your garage, whatever it is. Should have however much it would take to get you to your location pre-stored, okay? But anyway, as far as money, cash, currency, dollar bills, y'all. A couple days you can use it. After that, not so much. Silver, gold, precious metals, things like that. Immediately after a collapse, they could or they could not have the value that they should. Now, if you're talking about an economic collapse, and an economic collapse is going to be something that takes time, okay? It's not going to be you wake up one morning and oh my gosh, everything's done, okay? There's going to be a build up to it. You're going to see stuff happening. And once you do finally make the decision to leave or stay, whatever your choice is, I believe in an economic type situation that those precious metals are going to have pretty good value, okay? You guys all remember 08, 09, when silver was going for like $40 an ounce or something, okay? you can use that. Now, that's talking about your immediate, okay, money immediately after an event. Now, once you get into the event, let's say we're 2, 3, 4 weeks into it, okay? As far as people accepting your currency or your precious metals for goods, I don't think you're going to see that. I don't think people are going to want that. You know, you can't eat a silver coin, right? And everybody should be locked down pretty good at that time anyway. But if you have to get home and yeah, you're a couple 100 miles away, man, the air in here sucks. I got to recharge this. I keep saying that. Anyway, to where yeah, you're going to be on the road for a couple weeks. After a couple weeks, I don't even see that silver you're carrying as going to be really valuable to somebody, unless you roll up on a farm, okay, and they've got acres of corn, wheat, whatever it is in your neck of the woods, okay. Now they are sitting on a large supply of something that is perishable. So in that case, you want to take out a silver quarter, or if you got the 1 ounce coins, and do a little trading, a little bartering with the farmer there. Yeah, he'll probably accept your silver, okay? But as far as using that silver, you got somebody that doesn't have any food, but they're sitting on tons of ammo because they didn't prepare, because they're the gun guy, right? And all they did was buy guns and ammo. Yeah, he's not going to want your silver. Now that's my opinion, okay? I put myself in that situation to where if my group, my family is needing food, we're hurting, but we've got excess of whatever. Somebody comes up with some silver, some gold, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? Now I got to take that and go find somebody that's got food. So after the initial effect, I don't see really your precious metals, absolutely the currency. But the precious metals, I don't really see a real high demand for that. Now from that point in time, fast forward, we're a year in, okay? People that have made it a year, I mean, they're not thriving, right? They're not smoothing it, but they got a pretty good handle on things. They're still struggling, don't get me wrong. It's not like they're sitting back in their easy chair and they're good to go. But people are going to start getting to the point where, yes, certain supplies are running out, certain supplies are running low, and they are going to need to resupply. Now, at that point in time, I kind of see, yeah, I mentioned it before, your little flea markets, your little markets, different things like that starting to pop up, your open air markets and stuff. I think you're going to start seeing those start to pop up. And that is where you might possibly be able to start using those precious metals. Okay, all throughout history, silver, gold, yep, they were used for currency. But think about the other things too. You know, your salt, okay, the sugar, the things that are hard to make. And I've mentioned it before in one of my videos, is I can make sugar. I've done it. It sucks. But I can't make salt unless you live next to a body of salt water. Making salt's going to be tough. Maybe you live next to a salt mine. Okay, then you're good. Or if you got a natural salt lick sticking out of the hill that you know exactly where it's at in the whole nine. But for vast majority of people, getting that salt's going to be tough. So I can see things like salt. Absolutely, I think that will be a big time tradable item. I see ammo, okay, being that tradable item. In fact, one of the books I read years ago, I can't recall the name or the author, but event happened, it's down the road a little bit, and these little markets have started springing up, and the guy wanted to barter with the guy that's got his blanket out there with his items, and they couldn't come together on a 1-for-1, but it kind of got to the point where it's like, well, I'll take that and X amount of rounds of this ammo or something. So I think you'll see ammo being used kind of like change, and I did get the idea for that from this book, and I can't recall off the top of my head what book it was. But yeah, they're using things like 22s for your pennies and maybe 9mm for your quarters or something, okay, so to speak, to equate it to today. But back to the precious metals. You fast forward now past a year, things are starting to not get back to normal. Not saying that at all, but now you're starting to see little towns, okay, maybe not even communities, but now more people have gathered and they officially have maybe a little town. And back to where, yeah, you got your shopkeeper and you got your blacksmith and things like that. Now at that point in time, absolutely, your precious metals, you would be sitting pretty good. But bear in mind, supply and demand, okay? Prepared people, preppers, whatever you want to call it, a lot of them know about the precious metals, right? A lot of them are going to have it. So whenever you have a lot of something, the demand is not going to be as high, okay? So if you've got everybody that's sitting on 100 ounces of gold and a couple 100 ounces of silver, I don't think you ought to be expecting $20,000 for a silver coin, okay? You see what I'm saying? If you're in an area where very few people have silver, you could kind of get similar things, like nobody's got silver, what's the point? Why would I want that? I can't get rid of that. Nobody wants silver. So you're going to need that middle area of your supply and demand. You're going to want, people are using it, but not everybody's sitting on a whole bucket full of it, kind of thing, and that's where you're going to get some value for that. I think everybody thinking about things like this, I'm going to start buying silver and gold, and once things calm down, I'm going to live like a king. Not if everybody has silver and gold. If everybody's got it, then you're not going to be any different than everybody else, right? So it's all about supply and demand. Now, land, now you're kind of talking about stuff, and I'm not going to get into, well, the Joneses died off, so I'm going to confiscate their property and all that other stuff. That's all you. But the legalities of that, and then having to protect that. But yeah, I can see land people are going to be wanting, and that's something that's always going to be at a premium, you know. The old saying that land is the one thing they ain't making no more, and that's absolutely it. So anyway, that kind of does it for today. What are y'all's thoughts on the money in a SHTF situation? How long do you think cash will be good for? Okay. How long do you think it will be before people start switching over to the precious metals? And even at that, what do you think that precious metal value is going to be? Are you going to be able to buy a abandoned house from a town, you know, because the towns, it's all public, it's all town property right now. You think you're going to be able to buy a house for a 1 ounce gold coin? Yeah, I can't talk. Let us know down in the comments. So with that, like always, guys, please do the like, share, subscribe thing. That helps us out. And until next time, adios.